Thank you for joining me today on Good News with Twanda Black, where we're discovering some of the most inspiring trials to triumph stories and empowerment moments. Call up a friend and let them know it's time for some good news. Hello, my Good News family. I'm Twanda Black, and it's time for some good news. We talk with folks from all walks of life about everything. You know, what's happening, what's going on, how did you make it through? We are talking to two wonderful conversations. Hello, two wonderful people, Keith Wonderboy Johnson, Frozene Lott-Hayes, both what I consider to be traditional artists and wonderful in their own right. Although Keith does a lot of contemporary rap. He'll hit some contemporary stuff every now and again. How y'all doing today?
Doing well, Super Twanda.
Good. Yeah. Keith, talk about your heart to help up and coming artists. You had talked about this early in the summer when we chatted, and so we gave you the opportunity to do that. But talk about your heart for that. Where did that come from?
Well, it came from as a young man. I've been actually around doing gospel since I was 6 years old. So I in being in New York, I was fortunate to know a lot of people as a child. So my dad was like personal friends with Willie Neal Johnson and Joe Lagarn, the My Clouds of Joy adopted me as his godson. So I was used to like playing fountain, Pastor Timothy Wright, Jameson, James Cleveland. I knew a lot of people basically. But once I became a young man in my 20s and I got serious about the industry, they tell you that help, but they actually their actions. And then I actually remember I took it so hard that I literally prayed a prayer and I was mad. I was praying to the Lord, like, okay, Lord, I'm confused. I'm a young man in my early 20s, and you know what I'm facing. You know what I got in front of me, what I'm dealing with, my peer pressures. I have young men I grew up with on this side doing, a lot of them having successful R&B careers. Mm-hmm. Then I got young men on this side that's illegal pharmaceutical sales. I'm trying to walk a straight line.
Right.
Everywhere I go, it seems like I'll get this close, but they're never so. I had to pray the Lord, and I made a Lord promise, and I said, Lord, if you would bless what I'm doing, I will always try my best to be one that would help. Mm-hmm. And
bless you.
After that, the Lord started blessing my career, and I have different opportunities where I just try to help. I try to give back. Matter of fact, last night I got a chance to finally meet a young man first face to face, and I've been working with the young man. He wrote and produced songs now, about 6 or 7 songs on different projects. I never met him.
Wow.
Never met him. And I didn't start until he was starting. I didn't realize that he had that many songs on my CD, but that was something else. I was not just with artists, with writers, producers, musicians. I'm glad. I'm proud that one of my little brothers, he started with me. He was a guitar player from Goldsboro, North Carolina. He didn't have anybody on his resume. Only thing he said he did, and he sat in one weekend. He played one concert with Marette Brown Clark. That was it. Mm-hmm. That's all he did. And now, I gave him a chance, and I told him, I said, the Lord's gonna use me as a platform for you to meet different people and get named Now
God.
plays for he's a studio professional, would you say labor musician. He plays for CC Winans, After Seven. He records with some of everybody. He's on I mean not just quartet, but
Across the board.
R&B.
Yeah.
You know, he travels the world abroad, and you know I was the first one to give him his opportunity. And you know, it's just so I just basically, long story. I just love to give back and give because you have so many people that have the talent.
Yes,
They just don't get the opportunity.
that's right. They just need that little bitty, teeny tiny push, that little bitty help, you know. And sometimes they're right there on the edge of it, and they just can't cross over because they need somebody to push them over the line. And so that it's just always a blessing. I mean, that's what God put us here for. He gave us what He gave us so that we could be a blessing to other people. So thank God for that. Thank God for that. So Frozene Lott-Hayes joins us also. And Frozene, talk about your career. You've been in gospel music a long time.
Yes, ma'am. And I truly thank God, Sister Twanda, that I'm still here to be able to do what He has assigned and do. It has been, I would say this year at least 43 years as an independent gospel artist. And I can really attest. Keith Wonderboy, I thank God for your spirit of help. It is just truly, truly a blessing in the gospel music industry. Because certainly as an independent artist coming up in the arena, I used to, when I first started off, I used to introduce myself to many of your mainstream gospel labels and have gotten a chance to talk to many of them. And then God just one day in my spirit, He said, Frozene, stay in the church. And so my focus just detoured and I just stayed focused on the ministry that God had put in me and to use it for His glory and just bless the body of Christ, save and the unsaved with my focus. So I just, and as I record and minister in the different church venues and in the churches, my focus is the prize. And throughout my travels, in this journey, I have met many independent gospel artists and have always tried to be an encouragement to them. Whatever helps they needed and has asked me to direct them in, I've done so and will continue to do so as God allowed the opportunity. So we just have to know that God is first and He will take care of the rest as long as we continue to plant the seed.
That's right. That's right. So, during Prayze Factor season 14 this year, we had a little contest, and my friend Keith said, "Hey, what you need me to do?" And I said, I know he was like, "Oh Lord," but I said, "Keith, would you judge and collaborate with one of our up and coming artists?" Because Keith, you are really, in the big scheme of things, you're still an independent artist as far as label, right? Did you have your own label?
Yes, I've started it all. My story is, at that time, I went to the GMWA, the Gospel Music Worship of America. I think that was 95.
Mm-hmm.
And at the time, the industry was totally different. And I have a book that was College of God.
Yeah.
And there would be a section where it was 10 pages of just record labels alone.
Yes.
And I literally got rejected by every major label.
Yeah.
I got enough.
Yeah.
And man by the name of Kerry Douglas, and then released my first CD as an independent artist. And then the Lord blessed. So His Lord can bless you where you at. So the Lord bless. I got the attention of all the major labels, And I basically, after that, the majority of every major label that rejected me, I recorded and did some type of music business with them later on.
Keith got to choose out of 15 artists that we had on season 14 on the platform, and he chose Frozene Lott-Hayes. She was the winner, and she has a chance to be featured on Keith Wonderboy Johnson's up-and-coming release, or one of his up-and-coming releases. Talk about why you chose Frozene to collaborate with Keith.
One, I enjoyed the passion. I literally can hear the passion of her voice. I can hear the experience and the trials and tribulations and everything. And then I can tell I can tell the boldness. I'm a New Yorker, so I don't mind being bold. And it take now bold. Nothing against what people are doing today, but it takes someone that's special to stay in their what my dad would say, stay in their lane.
So Frozene, you got chosen by the Keith Wonderboy Johnson to future project. Tell us about the experience of finding out.
I was actually tuned into the Prayze Factor Awards show the entire day with my family. And it was close toward the end. I was getting ready to shut off, come out of the show. And then Keith Wonderboy showed up. And I'm like, oh my Lord. And he made an announcement because I knew what he was about with Prayze Factor. And I was really shocked. It was an element of surprise. I'm like, oh my Lord, are you serious? So, and it was gracefully. And so I just want to say, Keith, thank you. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. And you are not a stranger, because I just want you to know, I don't know if you can recall or remember, you remember Barbara McLaughlin in Atlanta when she used to have the quartet conventions. I met you some years ago back then. But I have been following you. My favorite, We Need a Revival.
Yes.
We Need a Revival. Oh my God. That needs to come back out now.
And that song will make you dance. I love that. It'll make you dance.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm excited, and I thank God for the opportunity to be able to collaborate with you in your ministry. And I am just praying that God will provide a way so that we'll be able to reach the masses of whatever you have, whatever He has placed upon your heart to do for this recording. And I'm open. We just got to let go and let God, because it's time.
That's one of his songs.
Yeah, let go and let God.
Awesome. So, Keith, thank you for joining us. Frozene, thank you. Frozene Lott-Hayes, Keith Wonderboy Johnson, thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate your time. We're excited about what God is going to do in this collaboration. God bless you, and we'll see you in the new year. All right, to connect with Keith Wonderboy Johnson, you know how to do it. You've seen it on the scroll. And to be a guest on our show, you can email me at Twanda Black at thepgnetwork.org or goodnews@thepgnetwork.org. Watch the show on PGN TV and on all your digital streaming apps, or visit us at pgntv.org. Hey, I'll see you next time and with some good news. All right, I'm Twanda Black.